Okay, we're now going to look at altitudes. Every triangle has 3 altitudes. Now, an altitude is a straight line, and it's a straight line which comes from the corner of a triangle, a vertex, say B in this instance, and cuts the opposite line at a right angle. There's the altitude from A, and it cuts the line BC at a right angle, and there's the altitude from C, cuts AB at a right angle. Okay, so let's try a question. Remember that an altitude is a straight line, so we need point and gradient. Okay, so example 1, we've got the point A, which is 2 minus 4, point B, which is 3, 1, and a point C, which is minus 5, 0. Those are the vertices of a triangle, and we're looking to find the equation of the altitude from A. Okay, so let's draw a representation of what that may look like. There's the point A, 2 minus 4, and there's a point 3, 1. And here's a point minus 5, 0. Okay, so let's draw a triangle here, and we're looking for the equation of the altitude from A. So that comes from A and cuts the opposite line at a right angle. So an altitude is a straight line, so we need point and gradient. The point, well, that's the point there. It comes from the point A, 2 minus 4. We'll now need to find the gradient of the line. Now it cuts at a right angle. The straight line, which is CB. So let's first of all find the gradient of CB. That will be 1 minus 0 over 3 minus 5, and that's 1 over 8. Since it cuts at a right angle, m1, m2 equals minus 1, 1 over 8, flip it over, change its sign, and make a gradient of minus 8. So we've got a gradient of minus 8 and the point 2 minus 4, and that's into y minus b equals m bracket x minus a. Y minus 4 is equal to minus 8 bracket x minus 2. That's y plus 4 equals minus 8 bracket minus 8x plus 16. Bring that over, and that will be y equals minus 8x plus 16 minus 4 is plus 12. Okay, let's try a second example. In the following triangle, find the equation of the altitude from B. So let's start with a triangle with the points P minus 4, 2, Q minus 4, 6, and B, which is 0, 5, and the altitude is coming from B. Okay, so that could be the point P, minus 4, 2. That could be the point Q, minus 4, 6. And this could be the point B0, 5. Let's draw a triangle. And we're looking for the equation of the altitude from B. So remember that it comes from B and cuts the opposite line at a right angle. So we need point and gradient. There's the point. And to find the gradient, let's first of all find the gradient of PQ. And then remember that we're dealing with perpendicular lines. So it's going to be 6 minus 2 over minus 4 minus minus 4. Okay, so that's 4 over minus 4 minus minus 4 is minus 4 plus 4. That's 0. 4 divided by 0 is not 0. That's an undefined result. Undefined result meaning that that is a vertical line. Now, The line then, which is perpendicular to that, must be a horizontal line and therefore has got zero gradient. Now zero gradient means that the equation of the straight line is just y equals a constant value, and that constant value is where it cuts the y-axis, which we can see is 5. So the equation of the straight line, the altitude is y equals 5. Okay, let's try another one. This time in triangle RST. Find the equation of the altitude from S, where S is 6 minus 1, and RT has equation 2y minus 3x plus 1 is equal to 0. Okay, so let's draw a representation of this. Now, the representation doesn't necessarily be an accurate depiction of exactly where the points are, so let's call this point 6 minus 1, but it's good to get a diagram down to clear my thoughts. So, let's say that that's the line RT. Now, the line RT then has equation 2y minus 3x plus 1 is equal to 0. Okay, so we're looking for the equation of the altitude, which comes from S, so that's the point, and it cuts this line at a right angle. So let's find the gradient of this line. How do we do it? We need to write this in the form y equals mx plus c. So that will be 2y equals 3x minus 1, and y equals 3 over 2x minus 1 over 2. The gradient is 3 over 2. M1, M2 equals minus 1. The gradient then, therefore, of the altitude, flip that over, change its sign, must be a minus 2 over 3. We've got the gradient point, and it's into y minus b equals m bracket x minus a. That's y minus minus 1 is equal to minus 2 over 3 bracket x minus 6. Let's multiply through by the 3. And that'll give me 3y plus 3 equals minus 2 bracket x minus 6. 3y plus 3 equals minus 2x plus 12. Bring that over, change its sign. 3y is equal to minus 2x plus 9. Okay, let's try one final example. Find the equations of all of the altitudes of the triangles with vertices G12, J40 and T31. Okay, so let's first of all draw a representation. So that might be the point G, which is 1, 2. This might be the point T, J rather, which is 40, and this might be the point T, which is 31. Okay, so let's draw the triangle. Okay, first of all, let's find the altitude from T. So it comes from T and cuts the opposite line at a right angle, so my point then is 3, 1. And I need to also find the gradient of this line, and then M1 and M2 equals minus 1. So let's find the gradient of GJ. So that's 0 minus 2 over 4 minus 1. That's minus 2 over 3. The altitude cuts at a right angle. M1, M2 equals minus 1. Flip over, change the sign, and that's positive 3 over 2. So I've got 3 over 2 and the point 3, 1, and that's y minus b equals m bracket x minus a. Y minus 1 equals 3 over 2 bracket x minus 3 multiplied through by the 2. 2y minus 2 equals 3x minus 9. Bring that over and that will be 2y equals 3x minus 7. Let's now find the equation of the altitude from J. Okay, so if it comes from J and cuts at a right angle, not the best of diagrams, but we'll go with it. So this time the point is 4, 0. So let's find the gradient of GT. That'll be 1 minus 2 over 3 minus 1. That's minus 1 over 2. To find the gradient rather of the altitude, it's m1, m2 equals minus 1, flip and invert, and that will be positive 2. I've now got the gradient, which is positive 2 and the point 4, 0. And let's put that into y minus b equals m bracket x minus a. So y minus 0 equals 2 bracket x minus 4. That's y equals 2x minus 8, and that's the equation of the second altitude. Let's find the third one. Okay, so the third one, I'm looking for the altitude from G this time. So again, not the best of diagrams, but coming from G and cutting that line at a right angle, that's what an altitude does. So let's find the gradient this time of JT. So that will be 0 minus 1 over 4 minus 3. That's minus 1 over 1, which is minus 1. m1, m2 equals minus 1. Flip and invert, and that will give me 1. I've got the point 1, 2 and the gradient of 1, so that's y minus 2 equals 1 bracket x minus 1. Y minus 2 equals x minus 1, bring that over, and y is equal to x plus 1.